Hi YouTube, I'm Tandy, the Pioneer Guy. I've recently made a Patreon where you can help me make content full-time. That Patreon link's going to be in the description below. If you like the video here on YouTube, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button at the end. Thanks for watching. But the real answer is I don't change cards in people's decks until I play it once. We'll keep this hand, I guess. We're on the play, so if we draw a third land, we can Fable. If we don't, we're going to be kind of stuck with a couple of removal spells as our only thing to do in the first few turns. Yeah, a lot of removal spells kill the adversary that don't kill the Dark Dwellers. And I'm never casting adversary for 2, or rarely, I should say, rarely.
We'll lead with Haunted Ridge.
Come on. Alright, so we get to push something and then cut something. And we drew the land too. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to curve pretty naturally here. And Fable's going to help us hit our 4th land for Kalidas. We're 19. We're going to kill whatever gets played this turn. Burning Tree. Okay, we're going to hopefully kill both things over the next 2 turns. We're going to probably Fatal Push the Burning Tree because it's a 3/3. But if they play something scary, we may kill that instead. Another Burning Tree. That's very scary. Okay. No creature here. That's good news for me. I'm going to play Fable because that allows me to... Well, now I kind of want to just cut. I'm going to save the cut, though, in case I get to do, like, a Kalidas trick with it. But I am going to offer trades at all points with a Goblin Shaman, if they let me. Oh, the complete disregard. So I thought... I haven't played with the card very much, I guess. So I just... Whenever it was cast against me, I just assumed it was always 3 or less because that's kind of the vibe from those effects. Alright, play with fire. This is something I was kind of afraid of, but I want to use my mana efficiently. Because if I draw a Dreadbore or something here, I definitely want to be able to interact with 2 things. Alright, let's say yes. And let's discard Hive. I don't want to discard Pathway, though. I want to keep the rest, I think. Blood Crypt. Alright, we have a black already and a red already. So I guess because I have Kalidas. Should I just go for another Fable in the tap land? I feel like I need to kill one of these. I feel like if I just play Fable again and they kill it and attack, I'm just taking too much damage. Playing a blocker against a deck with a bunch of Bone Crusher Giants and stuff often leads to you trying to block and just not being able to, and that allows them to like force extra damage. So like you could argue that I should have played Cut the Ribbons last turn instead of Fable, but alright, Fatal Push would be nuts. Okay. I'm gonna go Dreadbore into another Fable here. And instead of you try to play the Kalidas as like your last thing. Now, if I draw a land next turn, I'll just pitch that. Otherwise, I'm not sure I'm going to discard anything. If I draw a nice spell, I'll keep it. Really, we just wanted Fatal Push. We wanted the big turn where we could Fatal Push. All right, Lightning Strike on the Kiki. We're going to take 2 from the Swiss Spear. We'll trade with the Goblin Shaman if they'll let us. And then we'll play Kalidas. All right, we'll take the 2. We're going to attack with the Goblin Shaman to generate a treasure, maybe. All right, we'll block. We want to protect our life total. If they didn't attack, we were going to. That way we could maybe play a 2-drop removal spell. Trespasser. No discards. All right, we're just going to play Trespasser here instead of Kalidas. They only have 1 card in hand. We're going to eat one of their things and gain a life. And now, if they want to kill the Trespasser, they got to discard a card. And it has to be a 3 damage one. No attacks here. This is going to transform and the game is basically over. Alright, we're going to attack and exile 2 and gain 2 life. Bone Crusher, Burning Tree. Ooh, lunchtime. Aw, thank you, baby. What's this from? Alright, so this attack's giving us some life. I'm gonna try to stomp this and see what they do. They could like protect it by playing a burn spell, but I feel like they might have done that last turn to keep the trespasser from transforming. So because they didn't, I'm gonna go ahead and stomp and play it. And you see, we never really had to play the Kalitas. It was always the ace in our hole in case the things in case things became really bad for us. All right, so here in this matchup, we need to be a little more interactive and we need to reduce our curve a little bit. Our deck is actually really well situated for the matchup, but we can trim Unlicensed Hearse. That is the only card I really want to cut, other than maybe Goblin Dark Dwellers because it costs 5. But even Goblin Dark Dwellers isn't that bad in the matchup because we hit 5 mana pretty regularly, and when we do, we usually have some stuff in the graveyard already. I don't hate the Go Blanks. I think the Thought Seizes are mediocre at best. This matchup seems like we don't have a ton to bring in. The Duresses maybe, but Duresses maybe even worse than the Thought Seizes because it doesn't hit very well. I know, Empty, I know. It's not a burger, it's a barbecue sandwich and macaroni and cheese. All right. So we want to cut Hearse, bring in Dark Dweller maybe. We want to cut Thought Seizes and bring in some Go Blank or something. I don't really want Lifebane Zombie. They might even have Chain Whirler. A lot of mono red lists now play 2 Chain Whirler, so even though Lifebane Zombie can... It's never going to take Burning Tree, but it's just a 3 mana 3/1 that just blocks. I just really don't want Thoughtseize in my deck. And then License Hearse doesn't do shit. I guess Epic Downfall kills their 3-drops. Are they even playing 3-drops? Frostodon maybe after sideboard? It only hits creatures, right? Not planeswalkers? Yep. Yeah, but the problem is it only hits like Bone Crusher Giants, so I don't even know. I think it's just Duress. But maybe it's even Go Blank over Thoughtseize though, right? Yeah, I don't know if they're playing Torbrand. Not many lists do, especially Burning Tree lists. I'm just gonna do a couple of Go Blanks. I just think Thoughtseize is bad because they're just so low to the ground. They empty their hand pretty quick, but maybe the Go, like, they're both bad in the late game, but at least Go Blank in the mid game just is a 2-for-1, especially if they board up a bunch of like Lava Coils to kill the Kalitas. All right, we'll keep this hand. We got removal into Underdog and to Fable or Dreadbore. I think killing just Bone Man is not good enough, but... Yeah, exactly, Volcanius. Mind Rod actually ends up being pretty good against decks that board in ways to kill Kalitas. Fanatical Firebrand. Okay, so they are playing the Torbrand version, it looks like, so... I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna push whatever comes after, and then I'm gonna use Tenacious Underdog to check this. Well, let's hope there's not a play after this. Burning Tree Pass is just such a good feeling. Now, if they want to stomp and attack for 1, that's okay. I don't really want to burn a Dreadbore. I think the 2 toughness creatures checking the Firebrand is always a good time. All right, they do have the Dawn, so maybe I'll consider bringing it in. Haunted Ridge, the perfect draw. I will definitely consider bringing in the Downfall now. All right, I'm going to play defense here. I'm not going to attack. Next, I will play Fable, tap Blood Crypt. Azrat, that's terrifying. Okay, now I definitely am going to bring it in. All right, we got to get a little aggressive here. I'm going to take some hits from the Hazoret. It's funny, their mulligan actually helped them get into the game. Next turn, will Dark Dwellers pop this? Maybe use it to block. We can take a couple hits from this. This is going to transform, maybe? Seems like it is. We're going to try to tempo them out, chat. We're going to probably push the Firebrand. They're going to deal a 1-us to 8. And then we attack, we gain 2 up to 11 and hit them for 9. And then if they activate Den and attack, we're still fine. We're at 8. We can block the Den and take 6. So I think, and in worst case scenario, we can just chump block the Hazrat. The Graveyard Glutton is going to transform though. Make sure to note. Alright, they discard a creature. That's good news for us. If they activate Den, this also transforms. They might not be able to attack. Because it's not lethal. It's only 7, 5, 6, 7. Because of the Graveyard Glutton triggers. I think I just take it. Because I don't think that they can survive. And one card doesn't deal 3 damage except for Lightning Strike. Oh, they just literally ripped the Embercleave to kill me? Okay. That's fucking wild. I think I was I was dead no matter what. That's funny. They had no cards in hand, ripped Embercleave. Okay, so we will bring an Epic Downfall since they are the slightly bigger version. And we'll be trimming Go Blanks, I think. I love how well I played that game and it just didn't matter. Just the unbeatable Hazrat into the unbeatable Embercleave. Nice draw. Maybe Duress is bad. They have a lot of creatures. Well, I guess we'll see this game. We'll keep this hand. I think I am not gonna Duress. Maybe I'll Duress later. I think I want to push on 1, Harvester on 2. Maybe I Duress. Maybe we'll steal something like a Kamano. Nice. This hand's pretty good. What's up, Apex? You see how not mad I got about them drawing Embercleave, though? You know? And it didn't matter if I blocked or not, which is very funny to me. Brick? Nothing? Brick, nothing again? 3rd time's the charm? Alright, I'm gonna offer the trade, I think. I'm gonna eat their graveyard, even though it doesn't do anything. We're just gonna get aggressive. Next turn, we can kill the Burning Tree and attack. We can pop Blood Token, discard a Blood Crypts. So on theme, right? Unbreakable Mental, yeah, today. Like iron. Like steel forged from iron. All right, no blocks. We'll definitely just take this. And they didn't attack with the Etching, which means that to me that they're just going to play some 3-drop. And we get to go pop Blood Token, kill it, attack. Maybe I'll kill Etchings also too, though. Like I'll kill Etching with the Blood Tithe, flip, kill the 3-drop. Or they just don't have anything. Wait, why did the oh, right. It's not a creature when it's in the graveyard. I guess I should have pushed the Burning Tree. We'll see if they go for like Torbrand or something here. Stomp face, that's fine. We'll take the 3 from this. We'll go blood token, pop the Bone Man. Oh, Hazarat. Okay. Let's see if they're definitely attacking, right? Okay. We'll just push this. No attack with the Hazarats. Weird chomp. I'm gonna duress them. This might not be the best use of this mana, but it's either I want this menace on the table so I can apply pressure. It's a Torbrand. Rip. Man, Hazarat really being a big nuisance for me, huh? Wish it was Thoughtseize, I guess. I don't know. That's why Duress is not good in the matchup either. I feel like this build of Mono Red is actually particularly strong against us. Alright, so they're getting aggressive now. We'll take it. Let's see if we can find a way to kill Bone Man. Now we're flooding out. This is my nightmare. This is my hell. Offer the trade, I guess. And then trade Bone Man with this. Well, it's raining pretty hard outside. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know it was this build in game one, though. The only thing that would have tipped it off is Burning Tree, but Burning Tree could mean a million things. It wasn't until I saw Fanatical Firebrand that I knew they were playing, what you calls it. I didn't want to attack with both, because if I attack with both, we're leaving ourselves dead on board. And if I attack with one, they're incentivized to trade, and I get to gain the life. We're going to take the 7 here. There's nothing really we can do about it. I'm not just going to chump block. We're very likely dead to most things because I just drew a million lands. Yeah, I'm just dead to the Hazarat activation. It's okay. Having fun is fun. Yeah, winning's also fun though, Jarvis. You should know a thing or two about that. Jarvis won his RCQ this weekend. Congrats to him. Did you post about it yesterday? I did not see it. We'll keep the sand since we got 1, 2, 3. We are on the draw, though. This main deck curse is yet to pay off. Maybe it'll pay off here. Taking a... Oh, what is this? Adeline or Nissa? I think I can beat... Let's see. They cannot play Adeline next turn, so I'm going to take Nissa. But Adeline is more pressure, but cannot be cast this turn, so... If I kill the elf here with something, then I'm also in business. And now we can actually play Bone Crusher as a check to the Adeline instead of the other way around. Okay, they drew this too, so there's only one unknown card. They have Shefet Dunes, Forest, and a rando. Alright, Haunted Ridge. We'll play Bone Man to check the Adeline so they don't get to freely attack with it. Yeah, a lot of heroes won this weekend. A lot of heroes. What are the usual cuts for the 3rd and 4th Haunted Ridges? I mean, you're just gonna have to go compare older versions of the deck. I don't really know what to tell you. What the fuck is this? Rex says number of creatures you control. Okay, that's fine. I'll just take a 5-hit, eat the token. No harm, no foul. They played a Forest. Their last card is Shefet Dunes. Alright, let's play Fable. And I'm going to play Blighted Pathway and hold up Fatal Push in case one of my things dies. We're going to play it on red, though, because we have the Urborg. I guess they can main phase tap 2 things. Okay. All right, we're gonna take a small hit here. This is what? 2, 3, 4. 5. Now though, the goblin with the treasure can kill the Adeline. I don't want to burn a push on an elf here. All right, we will discard Purse for sure, and probably Blood Crypts, because we're likely to draw another land out of 2 cards, and I don't even need the 5th mana source this turn because I'm casting the push. All right, so I'm gonna attack with Goblin for sure, and Bone Crusher probably, because these 2 as pressure is not that daunting, and I can play the Trespasser as well to block. All right, so we get the treasure. We're gonna sack it for black. We're gonna push Adeline. Okay. 7 damage or 6 damage comes through. We're gonna Trespasser with Fatal Push backup. We're gonna eat Adeline. Kodiak, thanks for the follow. Apex with a deck tech. Want to try a more burn heavy / aggro Blurred Palace? I like casting Wizard's Lightning. All right, I'll pull it up. I'll look at it in a sec. All right, opponent conceded. All right, let's figure out sideboard and then we'll do the deck tech. So green and white deck. Lightbane Zombie can have some hits, so we'll bring it in. Downfall, it seemed like they're pretty low to the ground, but they do have 3 drops like Adeline, so I'm assuming they'll have more stuff like that. We can trim the hearse. Excuse me. We can trim Underdog. I don't mind the Thought Seizes here. Maybe I want the Dark Dweller too. Maybe I can trim Thought Seize if I'm going to do that. Maybe bring in a Rending Volley, and then I just cut the Thought Seizes. That's fine. The Planeswalkers are somewhat annoying, but I think we just check everything on the board as it comes down. Thought Seize is more to slow the game down, but the game's going to be slow enough. And it's such a bad top deck. Alright, let's do deck tech real quick. Sorry to make our opponent wait. First and foremost, Storm Chaser Mage is a bad Magic card. It's not Pioneer playable. I would recommend playing Abbot of Carol Keep if you want another Prowess creature. Or you can play Blister Coil Weird. Blister Coil Weird is kind of like the Cinderella, you know, like the stepsister that everyone forgets about at the beginning. Blister Coil Weird goes really well with these 2, so if you want to be more aggressive, I'd recommend just cutting this for the 1-drop. I know flying is a big deal, but 2 mana versus 1 mana is a huge difference. Just play Blister Coil Weird. Consider is fine. Wizard's Lightning. Oh, this is a wizard, so it turns on Wizard's Lightning. I don't think Abbot's a wizard, right? Let's see. I don't love the Kumano. It's also not a wizard, I don't think. All right, let me reassess. 18 lands is too few. I'd play at least 19, maybe 20. Just play Get To Lava Runner. Just cut this for Get To Lava Runner, or cut this for Get To Lava Runner. I think you only want 16 creatures though, so I'd probably cut this for like more burn, like Lightning Strike, or maybe you could play a couple of the Spikefield Hazards. A couple Spikefield Hazards seems okay. I think you just want more burn. I like the Treasure Cruises, but if you're gonna Wizard's Lightning people, I think you should just play more burn. Only play 16 creatures. Sideboard. Running Volley is great. I might go 3 Volley, 2 Gust. I think you're going to struggle with humans and spirits because they are just a little too tricky for you sometimes. So I think Running Volley as a couple more seems good. I don't think you need the Strangle. I think you want your sideboard cards to be a little more specific. Strangle is more of a main deck type card if you ask me. I like the Hearses. I like the Disputes. Chivalry's fine. Consider's great. Play with Fire's good. One thing I might recommend, I saw some people, specifically Tyrant 2, he was playing Light Up the Stage. Instead of Light Up the Stage, he was playing Reckless Impulse. And I'm not sure which one's better. I think Reckless Impulse might be better than Light Up the Stage in this build. You know? You don't like throwing burn at your opponent's face necessarily if you don't have to. You want to deal a lot of damage with your creatures and use your spells to clear blockers, and that makes Light Up the Stage worse. Reckless Impulse is very similar to Light Up the Stage, but instead of costing 1 or 3, it always costs 2. There's something to that, I'm sure. I would probably sideboard a couple Young Pyromancer. I think Young Pyromancer is a good sideboard sidestep. Just let you go wide, play some defense. That's about it. All right. No Shredder in the list. Yeah, they're trying to do wizard shit, but you should probably just play Shredder, dude. I know that it's like whatever, but Shredder is fucked up. It's like actual fucked up. Like perhaps bannable fucked up, you know? Yeah, I could play Pyromancer too. I think Lava Runner is your place to go, though. I'm just gonna kill everything. Slow him down so my Lightbane Zombie can go. I'm gonna play Lightbane Zombie. They can't block it because that has Intimidate. And we might strip them of something. Oh, they have nothing. Very cool. Lightbane Zombie showing up big time. They just conceded. They must have drawn another land. I don't know. Alright, we don't have black mana. So I guess I'll mull. What's up, Icarus? Doing pretty good. I will keep this one. Do I just put back a land? Probably. Put back Swamp. Go this. Okay. We need the 2 red. I guess we'll turn 1 Hive, turn 2 either Blood Crypt tapped or Shock to play a 2-drop, if depending on what we draw. I think putting back any other card is worse than putting back the land. Alright, Steam Vents, huh? See what you got going on over there, friend. Probably opt or consider, whatever. Run a Shredder to Wizard? Yeah, instead of Bird Lawyer, it's Bird Wizard. Alright, so we're playing against Phoenix. Now the question is, I guess we actually just take Ledger Shredder because the Trespasser can eat the Phoenix when they discard it next turn. If they discard next turn. Bird Wizard Lawyer. Yeah, exactly. You get it. Alright, so Charter Court's going to discard Phoenix. Didn't draw anything to play, but we'll just play this tapped. Hopefully Trespasser next turn gets to eat Phoenix before they can bring it back. If all they do is play pieces here. They hit another Phoenix and a Pierce. Alright, so eat one of the Phoenix. And now they got to bring back Phoenix this turn or else it's going to get eaten. If they axe, they have to discard 2 cards, but they can go consider, do some other stuff. Alright, so they're going to opt consider axe probably and just pitch a random thing. Let's hope they didn't find a 3rd Phoenix to bring back. Alright, they found Impulse. Let's see what they discard. Odawara. Alright, so they bring back 1 Phoenix. We'll play Kalitas. They have Axe. Maybe we'll play Fable instead. Maybe try to save Kalitas for later. Alright, so this can enter untapped. They do have Pierce in hand that we know of, so Chandra is out. Fable's out. I guess it's just got to be this and force them to discard. They didn't axe. Maybe they're waiting on their own turn in case they draw something. Pieces finds 2 treasure crews. I think we're getting buried here, chat. Cruise into red source into kill Kalidas is probably the play. Well, if they don't have a land, they're just gonna play it safe. I like that from them. All right, let's go. They have 2 cruises in hand. Oh no, they didn't keep both cruises. Would they keep a consider over a cruise? Or there was just 3 crews? Iron 4, thanks for the follow. Another pieces. Maybe we should have took pieces over Ledger Shredder because we just have so much removal for it. Maybe that was our big mistake. Maybe they won't hit the land. All right, they hit the land. We're dead. I honestly don't know what's in their hand anymore, chat. Just take trespass. I don't know. I'm just gonna concede. We're dead. It's fine. They have like the World's Fair of options. Downfall. We'll use these Exile Phoenix. Go blanks for sure. Burst for sure. Duress for sure. I don't hate the idea of Rending Volley and Dark Dweller, so we'll keep those on the table. I don't love a lot of the 2-mana removal. Fatal Push kills the Ledger Shredder. Dreadboard does too, but they don't usually have Planeswalkers after sideboard. Bone Man can usually come out. Chandra is actually relatively weak against Phoenix because they're very good at attacking Planeswalkers. As you can see that game, it basically just did nothing. I'll keep in the Fatal Pushes. And I like the early creatures. They die to the 1-mana removal, but that's okay. I think this is fine. We'll just run them out of cards. Hopefully. D-Sphere? The D-Sphere is fine. I don't love it. The game's not really about that after sideboard. They hit all their land drops too, just because the game goes really long. I like just kind of breaking them down to nothing. I guess we'll just take the Cruise and the Jace over time. Yeah, I don't need to overboard. I want mostly threats and disruption. The Damning Sphere is just to slow him down. It's like a desperation thing. A Trespasser. I don't want them to get free value out of Fire Impulse here. If they want to discard a card, that's fine. They're pretty low on resources if they do. Discard islands. If I were them, I would have discarded Iteration probably. Easy. Uh-oh. What's up, Sebastodon? If I were them, I would have played the Iteration and consider, honestly. Ben Spellpierce? Okay, okay. Alright, let's discard just the Swamp. I guess because we had the Goblin Shaman attacking, we could probably have done both. So we know the last 2 cards are Iteration plus Jace. So let's go ahead and steal their Jace from them with a Duress. Go ahead and channel and attack. Dark Dweller also pretty good with reflection, yeah, as the game goes along. Another reason to play that over the adversary. Really good singleton. Well, Giannini, I think this build makes it pretty good, honestly. Wow, did they just draw Cruz? What a fucking sicko. What a sicko. Now they're just back in the game? That's so crazy to me. Ban Treasure Cruise, chat. Ban Nykthos, ban Cruz. That's what I say. Well, they're dead because they didn't hit what you calls it. They had to hit a Phoenix or two to not be dead. All right, if I do want to bring in Damage Sphere, what do I cut? Because I want to keep in Downfalls for Phoenix, Exile. Maybe these are actually bad though. But they're bringing it. They did bring in Young Pyromancer, so maybe I should leave in Bone Zone, the Boneman, or Dreadbore at least. I think I like Dreadbore over Damage Sphere. I'm gonna trim the dog. The dirty dog. I'm not gonna worry about the downfall. I'm just gonna have answers to the two drops, the Shredder and the whatchamacallit. We're gonna keep, but I don't love this hand. It's pretty decent, but it's potentially dangerous. Each day EI is banned over Treasure Cruise, another day we stray from God's Light. I don't think so. I think it was a good ban, personally. I just think that Treasure Cruise is always going to be a problem. The Birdman. Alright, that's fine. So we'll go push Duress. Maybe not in that order, but... yeah, definitely in that order to keep them from doing the thing. Consider opt. We'll take consider. Next turn then go PZ plus opt. They got Hall they can play. They're playing Island. Interesting. That means they drew another thing. So hope they didn't find removal. Three cards in hand. I'm gonna go blank them. Keep them off a Treasure Cruise longer. They discard a Hall, so their last card's unknown. All right, we're gonna Blood Token EOT here and just discard Mountain probably. Keep our two Trespassers. Wow, that's sick. Yeah, Pierce Consider. All right, that's their last two. Is Pierce Consider. Let's see what they can. If they consider in response, that's great. We'll look at taking that. Otherwise, we'll just take the Pierce. If they Pierce, we're just not going to pay because I'm assuming it's not going to hit. Otherwise, we would pay and then take all of it. So we'll just take the Pierce. They have Pyromancer only. Next turn, we'll use Shatter Skull to kill that and the token. And we'll just eat the Shredder. Oh, I didn't see the Phoenix. Holy shit. I didn't see the Phoenix, chat. They put it into the graveyard from the thing. Big mistake, big mistake. Let's hope we don't get punished. Pyromancer, say go, say go, say go. They just drew Cruise. So they're gonna leave the Phoenix, eat the graveyard. That's fine. We'll Shatter Skull, kill both, attack, eat Phoenix. They can't get back the Phoenix this turn. They can only play one land drop. I'm gonna offer the trade if they want to do some blocking. Because I want to play around Spell Pierce if I can. But I think they just held up like removal spell or whatever. All right, so 1/1. If they pierce, they drew the pierce. That's fine. Can't really do much about it. We didn't know they had that one. Now they got an army of tokens to block. Their graveyard's pretty light, but they can cast Cruise. Impulse makes them discard a card, but we have the backup Trespasser to eat the Phoenix. Plays defense nicely against the tokens. They're out of cards. We're going to hold the Swamp. What are your thoughts on the Velomachus decks? I think that they're cheeky, not good. Cheeky, not good. Alright, so this is going to counter the effect, exile the graveyard. We'll just say go. No need to trade 3 tokens for a graveyard Trespasser. They bricked. They're attacking with everything. We're going to block. Easy block. Take 5. Hopefully we draw a blocker here or a way to kill the Pyromancer. We didn't. We have 1 creature, 2 creatures in our graveyard. We can actually attack, deal 6. This maybe threatens lethal next turn if they aren't careful. And I think holding back 1 token is worse than gaining 2 life. So we're going to put them to 3. And now they might have to hold back some tokens to play defense. Their last card's very likely a land, because they played a land from hand. If I attack, they have to block. I think I'll chill. No Thoughtseize, don't want to take the damage here. Another Pyromancer tilts. Perfect draw. Let's play our land and play around Spell Pierce 3. I doubt they have it, but there's very little reason not to go ahead and do this. And then I will go Fatal Push on the Pyromancer. I'll attack, eat the Pyromancer, put them to 2, and they have to chump block. And now they have to hold back a lot of blockers, and we're not under threat of lethal from what's in play. Let's hope they don't kill us. Definitely gonna block here. Here. This plays around Fire Impulse. I think this is good enough. Easy. Rakdos Charm GG? Yeah, maybe. Or GG my way. Easy. Believe in the cleave. Alright. Handful of 1s we'll keep and hope that our opponent is playing a deck with Fatal Push targets. Still covered Island. I think we're in business, chat. I think we're in business with the 1-drops. Tandy, you think Hazoret or Invoke Despair is better in a red-black sideboard? I feel like they perform similar functions. I don't know why you would play red-black Hazoret. Unless you're being super aggressive, which I don't know if is that great. I think that Trespasser is better than Fable in this deck by a lot. I think that Trespasser is the only reason this deck's playable. Well, that's why we're playing Goblin Dark Dwellers, which I think is better than both in this deck. I think Hazoret's a very aggressive card, right? Hazoret's an extremely aggressive card. And it's definitely not something you want for Rakdos Mid. I think Invoke Despair also being triple black makes it much worse too. So, 2 Spectral Sailor, Ascendant Spirit. I don't really care about Ascendant Spirit. The dive down is a little scary. Maybe we just take that because it's a 1 mana protection piece. Well, you see, I don't think that's true. I think the Dark Dweller doesn't die to a lot of the removal spells where the adversary does. Fatal Push, Fire Impulse, etc. You're very rarely casting the adversary on 2. And on top of all that, Fable the Mirror Breaker works much better with Dark Dweller because it's free. And it's a 4/4 with Menace, and Menace is a pretty strong ability in later turns. Alright, I'm gonna kill a Spectral. We'll just say go. That's 3 Spectral Sailor. I'm gonna kill the Ascendant Spirit since these are all the same. I'm gonna try to hold this Fatal Push in case they go for Curious Obsession. Faceless Haven's also a good target. They're gonna draw a card no matter what we do. They might draw a card instead of attacking the Faceless Haven anyway, so let's just go ahead and push. They can draw a card no matter what happens, so. I'm gonna punish them for not playing spells. We're gonna go ahead and just play Trespasser. We can play Chandra and like minus on a Spectral Sailor, but I think that's a very weak play. If we play Chandra and tick up, they draw a card, they activate Haven and they attack it, or they ignore it and just kill us. Trespasser can block Haven if they activate it too. Well, so is Adversary, Saucy. Unless you're talking about something different. Alright, well, Rattle Chain's main phase. Interesting. I think they might have cast the wrong card. This feels very strange. Or no, they're just playing around Trespasser ability. So that means their last card is nothing, probably? Maybe. Alright, let's attack, and then I'll go for maybe Chandra. Shackle, guys. Okay, but if they target it, they have to discard, right? Card is ability or creature. Or ability or spell, so this gets countered. They don't have anything to discard. I don't even think I can attack because of this. This is... So if I Chandra minus this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at 3. Yeah, I'm just going to Chandra minus on the... Maybe the Shacklegeist. Grayson is actually max. You think about K-Command? I don't know, you'd see. I don't really trust anything you say because you already just spouted out some nonsense about Bloodthirsty Adversary. Even though I'm sure you have never even cast Dark Dwellers. That's my assumption. At least in this deck. You just made some head-ass assumption. So I'm just going to say that Kolaghan's command is bad. Mostly because you think it's good, probably. And now I'm just trolling, so whatever. Alright, so they're going to draw a card and look for a 1-drop. Did not turn on this, or they let it transform. That's also fine. I'm just chilling. I'm just trolling, chat. Leave me alone. I'm just playing with them. Alright, we're going to play Harvester because it can trade with Haven. And I can maybe crack the Blood Token, discard Fable to do something. Maybe I hold it, though. Maybe I hold it to try to kill Rattledad next turn. I guess if they do something scary, I can pop this, look for Fatal Push, but Thoughtseize is bad. And those are my only 2 1-mana things, and playing a land is whatever. Rattledad? I mean, I call him Rattledad all the time. Yeah, I agree, Giraffe. There's a lot of flex slots for Rakdos, which is what makes it so powerful. The flexibility in building is great. All right, we'll take the 4. Let's see if they play 2 spells main phase to transform the Glutton. They don't. Okay. All right, so let's attack with just the Graveyard Glutton, I guess. I'm gonna go for a kill on the Rattle Dad. See if this works. Okay. Oh, this blood token. It would draw Kalitas or something. Dark Dweller. Can't do anything with that this turn. Let's see if we're dead. We have 1 blocker. They can just pump us in a Spirit to lethal, I think. But we can bluff like we have a Fatal Push for it. I guess I should have done this pre-combat so I could maybe gain a life. Alright, dead. It's fine. GG. Running Volley for sure. Downfall's bad. They have very few 3s. Lifebane's bad. Dark Dweller's just fine. Hearse can come out. This is like yet another matchup where Hearse is bad. Underdog is bad. Thoughtseize is okay. All of our creatures that interact are good. Fable's probably cuttable. You notice how weak Fable is in that game just because I had them in hand the whole time and just never cast them, right? I thought I probably should have played it over a Graveyard Trespasser early. I just thought maybe some life gain would be good. Force him to play a little bit differently so it didn't transform. What's up, Soda Bear? Duress? They don't have that many non-creatures. I think they only have like 8 or 10 or something. You want Duress against matchups where it's like almost a guaranteed hit. If you board in too many things that are bricks or blanks, early or late, the more of those you have, the more you're gonna lose to flooding out and mediocre draws. Yeah, Camille, it's okay to metagame against what's in your area. That's fair. All right, we're gonna keep this hand. We don't have a 1-drop, but that's okay. We need to draw land 2, but we have multiple 2-drops to play, and they're both pretty good in the matchup. If they play a 1-drop creature, I'll main phase stomp. If they don't, oh, actually, if it's a Muslim Wonder, I don't stomp. I'm gonna play Trespasser or Harvester because I can kind of use it later on without spending mana as a removal spell. It's kind of like a floating removal spell. Like if they just don't have a 1-drop on Spectral Sailor there and I hold up Bone Man instead of playing my 3/2, I think I'm going to be in some trouble, you know? So now I'll just get aggressive, you know? I'll attack with Harvester. I'm not going to run into Rattle Chains. Nice, we drew a 3-drop. We're going to attack first and see what happens. We can also save it for a turn where we get to go Kalitas, activate Harvester, kill something. Like that sounds like it could be cool. We're gonna go for Fable, see if this resolves. If it gets countered by Geistless Snare or something, that's okay too, right? Because we're ahead on board and they're not putting any more pressure on us and they're countering something that's pretty middling. They're not protecting their creature. Bringing back the Shadow Standard, yeah. The Dark Days. Kalitas plus Dark Dwellers. Everyone wants a Kolaghan's Command, but nobody wants to pay for it. We're just going to play Trespasser. Again, I'm trying really hard not to walk into Rattle Chains, so the more of those like types of effects that they could have, the more I don't want to just burn my stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and Fatal Push here. If they have Dive Down or something to protect, that's okay. If I mostly it's Rattle Chain's the one I don't want to screw me too bad. I should have waited till Instep though, I think. I'm not sure that it matters. Oh, yeah. It didn't matter when I targeted it. It was still going to come back as a 2-2. But they didn't have Curious Obsession, so we're not immediately punished. That's good. I'm really hoping that they tap out for anything here. They've already played 2 Geistless Snares. I'm probably going to play Kalitas next turn. I really want to go Kalitas activate Harvester. I hope that that's good enough. They're bouncing my guy. Unfortunate. All right, we'll play another Harvester. And now I can go Kalitas activate on this, hopefully. I did a main phase because I wanted to play the Bone Crusher there, but B, I had 5 mana, you know. Getting tempoed hard? Yeah, Slip Out the Back is a 1 mana protection piece, you know, it's good. All right, so let's go Kalitas. Running Volley is an insane draw here. Target this thing. Let's see if they draw a card. If they do, we get a 2-2. If they protect it somehow, we'll maybe Running Volley. If they have 2 Rattle Chains or 2 protection pieces, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, they played another Sailor. That's fine. Alright, well, now we got Kalitas plus Zombies. They're at 14. They can draw a card. They got some flyers. We got creature lands that can start attacking as well. Everything's got 1 toughness. Down to trade Kalitas for 2 creatures and a couple zombies for sure, for sure. Faceless Haven, maybe not so much. Supreme Phantom. Okay, that's a little annoying. Let's see how they attack now. This is also going to check zombie. Okay, so they're getting really aggressive. They have no cards in hand. See what we draw. Hopefully any removal spell will be good. Harvester's not terrible. Alright, we'll attack and gain 3 life. Or do we have to gain 5? 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we go for 5. Harvester can trade for Haven. This will make it a little harder to race for them. We'll play Harvester. If they want to trade with Haven, we will. If they don't, we'll use this next turn to kill something. Probably the Supreme Phantom. Maybe the Rattle Chains, though, depending. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Try to kill this thing. Let's see what happens. It's about the back. All right. Well, that leaves them dead to the Den of the Bugbear now. Because they can't play it as a blocker. And this is 9. Alright. They have a lot more Slip Out the Back, so I'm going to bring in the Duresses. I'm going to cut the 2 Fables. Never didn't have it? Yeah. Drew Brick still won. Easy game. Played around everything. Won very easily. Etc. Just kidding. It was a very difficult, close game. I just like to talk smack. We're going to keep this hand. We have a bit of interaction. And, I'm going to Thoughtseize here, assuming that they're going to counter with Wanderer and kind of treating Wanderer like it's going to be, or like Fatal, like Thoughtseize is Fatal Push. Alright, so they let me take, I think that's smart of them. So it's 3 1-mana protection pieces and a Shacklegeist that I don't care about. So we'll take Ascendant Spirit. So if they draw a land, they can play Shackle Geist. If they don't, we'll just start trying to overload their 1 mana protection. Like, we'll go Stomp on their turn, you know, Running Volley on ours or whatever. Alright, so they're not going to play Shackle Geist. They're just going to hold up protection the whole time, so we'll just play Blood Tithe Harvester now. And if they never play another creature, I'm super fine with that, right? We'll just get really aggressive, since that's not how the game plan works for them. At some point, we'll be able to overload them with our cheap interaction, I think. And they're not really punishing us. Like, they can slip out the back to put a +1/+1 counter on their thing. Yeah, this seems like super mediocre, though, right? So if they go Shackle Geist attack, we're just going to be able to very easily run them out of cards, I think. Slash ignore what they're doing. This is a easy attack into Trespasser since they already have a creature in the graveyard. And we know their hand exactly. They have a... Sorry, this is wrong. They have a Slip Out the Back, a Dive Down, and a Shackle Geist. I definitely need the second red here, so let's play Trespasser off that. Eat Ascendant Spirit. Tandy, just want to stop by and thank you for everything you do. Your stream and personality are highlights in the Twitch community, and your attitude is unrivaled for how positive you are, even on the down days. You still do it for us, and that's something we can never repay you for. My wife and her boyfriend love to watch your stream as much as I do. Keep doing what you do, brother, and know that we always appreciate you. Much love. Okay. I'm not sure if that last part's a meme, but that's fine. I love you too, man. Thank you so much for the kind words. All right. Operation Ignore Our Opponent's Creatures is a go. Panic says, just joined the Patreon, looking for help with upcoming RCQs. Yo, just hit me up in the DMs, man. I'll respond after stream. You can also ask me questions in chat. That's okay, too. I'll try to answer those as well. Keep it light, keep it simple. I'm not building sideboard guides. You know what I'm saying? Post combat, +1/+1. Love to see it. Alright, so this is going to be tapped no matter what. This can't block no matter what. Should have interacted pre-combat, I think. Dress first? We can't play 2 removal spells, so... We can't play discard and 2 removal, so we gotta... What I should have done was I should have started the fight pre-attacks. That was the big mistake. They might also just let Stomp resolve. It's not even that big of a deal, honestly. Go to Stomp plus Duress? Yeah, but they have 2 1-mana things, so the Duress doesn't really do anything. You're looking at it the entire wrong way. We only have 3 mana. We can only play 2 spells. We can't play 3 spells, so we have to choose either double removal or discard removal, and discard removal does not beat 2 1-mana protection spells, but a removal does. Parallelograms, it's different when they only have 1 mana up, though. If they have 3 mana up and 2 cards that protect, and you wait till their upkeep, what are you accomplishing? You're letting them use their mana efficiently, whereas here we're bottlenecking their mana. I recommend Phoenix Panic. I think Phoenix is extremely good. It's a little weak to Rakdos, I think, because of the main deck graveyard hate. Opponent lost connection to the game. Very cool. Let's hope they come back. Yes, if they have all their mana untapped and you want to interact on their turn. That's definitely true. But if they have very few mana untapped and you know that they can't protect their thing, you go for it when you can. Ryan says, what aspects, if any, do you think cannot be taught? Timing. Timing needs to be learned. It needs to become a fundamental part of your game. Timing. You need to figure out places to constrict your opponent's resources, to make it so that they have to interact on your terms, and to make it so that you can control the flow of the game based on what spells can be cast at any given moment. And that's what we're doing right here. We should have we even messed this timing up, right? Like, timing is not something that I can teach you. Timing is something that you have to see after. It's like swimming. You can learn how to swim, right? You can be taught how to paddle your arms, but some people, you say, hey, you just paddle your arms and kick your feet. They don't get it. You have to, you know, be in the water. You have to feel it. You have to, like, see what your actions do. And once your brain connects those two things, the action and the reaction, what comes from it, from your opponent or whatever, then you understand, oh, this was incorrect to do in the spot, or this was correct to do in the spot. Wiseworn says, hey, Todd, did you get a chance to look at the Grixis Jund variants to Red-Black that I posted on your Patreon post? I didn't yet, Wiseworns. I started streaming about an hour and a half ago, and I checked the Patreon before, and I didn't see that, so apologies if I missed it. You need experience to learn timing. Exactly. You need to get fucked over before you understand why you got fucked over. I think that Red-Black has great mana, though, so I wouldn't want to play a third color, honestly, Wisehorns. You'd have to offer me quite a bit in terms of what that third color adds to the deck. Oh, you're good. You're good. I just hadn't seen it, so I don't know. You think card evaluation? Well, I know people who've played Magic for 20 years or whatever, Apex, and their card evaluation is horrific. You know, they see a new card that's like, oh, it does a thing that I like to do in the deck that I like to play, and they're like, go apeshit over it. You're the mono blue player. Power outage here. Gaming. Yo, it was a sick close match. Sorry about your power outage. Not a whole lot I can do here, so I'm just gonna chill. You'll concede to reconnect. Oh, you're good, man. I wouldn't even mind playing it out. I think that this is gonna end up being a fun end of the game, because no matter what you do here, if you play dive down, I go running volley. If you sack Mausoleum Wanderer, that's fine. I have accomplished my goal, which was to burn a couple spells in your hand and kill a creature. And then next turn I can like duress or just not even cast these. And then if I draw a land, I can activate Hive. But my Stomp is just bait. My Stomp is not going to resolve, so it doesn't really matter. My Bone Crusher is gone. This is the gathering part of Magic we'd love to see. Yeah, this is the best part, Appleton. Yeah, you're pretty screwed. So I think that your opening hand was solid, but once I see it, the jig is up. Once I know that you have the 3 1-mana protection spells, there's not a whole lot that you can do to fight back, because I get to dictate the pace of the game because I drew like a really aggressive curve with the Blood Tithe Harvester into the Trespasser. I actually kept a 2-lander. I needed to draw the 3rd land. Luckily I did. Cast 4/3 would be better. I think if I had the ability to play a 1-mana piece of interaction this turn and play Bone Crusher Giant, I think that might have been better. But if I just play Stomp, or sorry, if I just play Bone Crusher Giant, I think I'm giving up a lot of long-term equity in sequences that they could possibly have that would punish me. Like if I don't interact this turn, maybe that's better, but maybe they find a way to actually get out of it, you know? Like 4th land plus Lord plus double protection spell is probably extremely bad for me. You're winning the race? Yeah, but if they play a Lord and have 2 protection spells, I might not be winning the race anymore. But maybe you're right. Like, it's something that I didn't think about till just now when you brought it up, so. Keeping spirits off spirits is really good. I mean, it can be, for sure. I feel like sacking the Wanderer would have been a good response. Yeah, if you just activate Wanderer on Stomp here, I'm fine with that. I let that happen, and I just say go, right? I don't even bother fighting. I'm trying to get you to lose a creature. But the moment you're down a creature, I don't go anymore. I don't let you use your dive downs and slip out the backs without punishments. You can tell you're on your game today? Thanks, man. I feel good. Feel good. It's easy to be on your game when you're the fucking best ever. Do it. Just kidding. Do you think both Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise has to go at some point, or just Cruise? I'd probably just ban them both, Hallinan. I might even ban Trespass too. Just ban all the big blue delve spells that ruin games. Cash, he's in the chat. He said his power went out, so we just have to wait the 10 minutes. Yeah, no worries though. They just had a power outage. None to do. Have you played versus Mono Green? Super hard for this deck, says Pedro. I've played with Mono Green against this deck, and I think that there's a lot of draws that are hard for you to beat, actually. But I also think that Rakdos is a very well-built deck that has a lot of disruption. And if you just kill an elf, discard one of their things, maybe even just Dreadboard Planeswalker, sometimes things kind of fall apart. And with the amount of pressure you have, it can be pretty devastating sometimes. All right, opponent lost due to inaction, so we're going to go on to the next round. We're 3-1. So I think right now is one of the more consistent builds of Mono Green that I've seen in a long time. We're going to keep this one. I'm hoping we draw an untapped... Oh, no, we have this in there untapped because of the Blood Crypt. So we got Thought Season to Stomp Dreadboard. Looks like we're playing Phoenix. Let's see. They might be playing a different build, though, or might not be playing Phoenix at all. Ben Chickens. I don't know what that means. Ben Chickens. Is that Arclight Phoenix? That's my guess. Ben Chickens is Arclight Phoenix. All right, pieces. We'll just take that for now. All right, we'll just take Trespass, leave him with Fire Impulse. Let's hope we draw a land. Gaming, Mr. Clark, coming in with a tier 1 sub after that unfortunate power outage from last round. Apologies, bro. Ledger Shredder, we got that one covered. Guess I'll use Murderous Cuts. Or not Murderous Cut, Cut to Ribbon, excuse me. Need to draw a land though. Opponent's hand is pretty weak. All Storm Giants is looming. We need to draw something here. We know that they have River Glide, so we know their whole hand now. We'll Fable. That'll allow us to discard some Bone Crusher Giants and look for lands to play Kalitas, I suppose. Interesting they wouldn't Fire Impulse this COT. Maybe they're trying to get a little lucky. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so we know they have Spikefield Hazard as their last card. Now they have one more card and we don't know what it is. Let's hope it's not Cruise. If they drew Cruise, I'm gonna be big sad. They drew Cruise. Okay, it's considered, thank God. They put Phoenix in the graveyard. I don't think they've played 3, they've only played 2, but if they drew another one. Nice, nice. Alright, here I think we're just gonna pitch 2 Bonemans. Gonna Dreadboard this fool. Alright, they're getting really close to Hall. Let's just hope they don't draw Cruise ever. Oh, what a perfect draw, chat. What a perfect draw that one was. Let's eat the bird. The bird is the word. Chicken is yummy. Maybe digital. Every time I think of Murderous Cut, I'm like, why is that not seeing any play? Beats me. Alright, 6-mana Lightning Axe, we'll take it. And that's kind of why I like boarding out Lightning Axe in this matchup. It's so lackluster. Alright, now they can haul me. And then, it's only 7 though. If they do it twice, we'll flip this, attack, eat some stuff, gain some life, play Kalidas, and then we'll have multiple chump blockers for the following turn once we're out of burn range. If we draw a land, maybe we'll play Bloodtithe Fable. All right, we'll eat their 2 Ledger Shredders first. It'll constrict their graveyard a little too. This also makes it so if they go for Phoenixes, we can go Kalidas plus Bloodtithe Harvester and eat the Phoenix permanently and make a blocker for the Hall. Drowning says, what's the best thing to do with the treasure chest boosters? Well, I think it's about the same value to open as it is to sell it. And depending on if you need event tickets or not, I usually just open them, but I get a lot of them. So I think if you get a ton of them over time, opening them is better because they have play points in them. And you can use play points to enter events. But I think that the reflection of the buy price is almost always correct. There's a lot that goes into that. All right, well, we drew push for the Hall. We're gonna say no. We're gonna declare tax for this many. We're gonna eat our 2 Bonemans to fuck them up. And then once they activate, we'll kill it with a push. Perfect draw. You still deck donation? Do you sure do, Hallinan? Just make sure to jump in the Discord and the deck donation channel. Post up the list. It's $30, and we'll figure out what time of day that you'd like to do it. All right, so push on this. Ward 3. We'll pay the 3. We can even play for Spell Pierce too, which is nice. All right, they're at 2. We have the cut to ribbons in the graveyard, so as long as we don't die this turn, we're okay. Yeah, remember I have ribbons in the yard. Luckily, it like lights up when you do. All right, so we want the hearse, the go blanks. I think we decided we do want the Dark Dwellers. Not sure about the Epic Downfalls, but I do want the dresses and maybe the Rending Volleys. I think, what were we betting? The Bonemans, the dog. Did we cut Fables too? Was it this? What did we do last time? I don't remember. It was 2 rounds ago, so long ago. We kept in the pushes. We brought back in the Dreadboards at one point over something. Chandra, yeah. Chandra's bad. I think we kept the Fables. I think the Fables are fine. Maybe the Rending Volleys just don't do enough. Maybe it's this for this. Literally only kills the big guy. And we have 7 ways to kill, or the 2-drop, and we have 7 ways to kill that anyway. You need Goblin Dark Dwellers? You don't need it. It's fucking awesome though. You don't need anything. You can build your decks however you want. But every single card has its own uses and awesomeness going on, so... Take it from me, a science doctor. They don't play Thing, Volley Team, and Arrow? Yeah, I mean, we know they have Shredder. I don't know if they have Thing or not. Harvester out? I think Harvester's fine. It just beats down. It forces them to interact, constricts the resources, and punishes them for siding out removal. Alright, let's play Duress. So Bedlam Reveler, but a sweet. I mean, this deck doesn't have a ton of instant and sorceries for Bedlam Reveler, but it's certainly just a great card that does a cool thing. That there's one other card in the format that does something very similar, but I think Dark Dwellers dodges enough removal that it's better. So they do have Thing the Ice, but we do have... Okay, they have 2 creatures, so those are fine. The Abrade is nothing. The Axe is nothing. Let's see. They both kill things, but Axe costs an extra card, so we'll just take the Abrade. Because I think that, I think Axe is just bad. It kills Kalitas, that Abrade doesn't. That's it. But having to discard a card when you're on a mulligan and got duress, I think is a big deal. I miss playing Bedlam Reveler too. It's really good with Faithless Looting. It's pretty bad in a deck with like Consider though, you know? Alright, Thing in the Ice. That one's actually fine to just let chill for a sec. We'll Hive, and then EOT will just push. The next turn we'll play Fable. I kind of wanted to hold the Shatter Skull so we could maybe kill something later with it if we flood it a bit. Chill. Yeah, Axe on Trespasser is nightmarish for them too. That's also good points. I think I'm just gonna play Fable. The Thing in the Ice is very far away from transforming. Next turn, we'll probably discard Shatter Skull Blood Crypt, maybe play Lockthwain tapped and kill the Thing in the Ice. I like Lockthwain, but these two are worse. Pieces. A very good card, but will it be enough? Not threatening this turn. And they had Chart of Course Consider, okay. Alright, so we'll discard Blood Crypt for sure. I think Shatter Skull Smashing. I think I want the Haunted Ridge. I think I'm going to attack and play Trespasser. We'll just eat some of their creatures and gain some life. This Marcia's listed as I Overseer for sure. He won the Mox this weekend, so I thought it right to play the list that won, right? I think so, Barboza. I think you're really good against aggro decks in general. You just have a ton of removal, and Kalitas is really strong against them. Area Trespasser also pretty good against them. Trespasser on this kind of board is a real nightmare. Exactly. It's a 2-for-1, and their only removal spell is Axe at the moment, which is a disaster for them. So here we'll just Dreadbore this. Like Castle, attack for 5, eat the thing, drain their life. Put them into death range from the ribbons pretty soon. Thanks to the treasures. And this is kind of my experience playing Phoenix against Rakdos as well. They kind of just systematically pick you apart. Obviously, if you just draw 7 treasure cruises in 3 games or whatever, it's a nice little uptick, but I don't know. All right, let's see if they go for Axe and discard 3 cards to kill the Trespasser, or if they just 2-for-1 themselves to kill Kiki Jiki. All right, so let's target this. I think I'm gonna activate Hive and attack as well. Hit their Ledger Shredder. Oh, I thought I had sacked treasure token. Whoops. Oh well. I don't have anything in my graveyard, so I'll offer the trade of Trespasser for their 2 things. And we'll just eat some of their graveyard to make their treasure cruise worse. And then no matter how they block, they're probably dead to ribbons next turn. Especially if they tap out. I think they're actually just in double chump mode here. Or like trade chump, take 6 down to 4. Because ribbons is just lethal. A lot of people talking about blue-white control being well positioned right now. I think blue-white's good against mono green. I don't think it's that great against Rakdos. I don't think it's that great against a lot of the aggro decks. I think you're a dog to mono red and a dog to Bant humans. How hard do you think Rakdos sits on the current Pioneer meta? I think it's pretty good. I think it's one of the best decks for a reason. I think they may have also forgotten about ribbons. We'll see. Tap lane is the last one. Even if they brought back Phoenixes, it was still GG. Right, GG. 4-1. Our only loss was a really close match to mono red.